In this video I'm going to show you what it's like to travel from London St Pancras station to Disneyland Paris via the Eurostar, but with a changeover at Lille Europe. And this is important because from June of 2023 the direct trains, the Eurostar trains from London to Disneyland, will be stopping unfortunately, and so a lot of people are asking me, Sam, how do I get to Disneyland Paris if I don't want to fly? Well, you can do it via Lille, you can do it through Paris. I have a video of Paris as well, but today it's all about the changeover at Lille, so come along, hopefully this will be a helpful video. Hi everyone, how's life, and welcome to another one of my videos. So as I mentioned, in this video I'm going to show you what the journey is like to go from London St Pancras station to Marne La Vallee, which is the station at Disneyland Paris, using the Lille exchange. So you're going to be stopping at Lille Europe. The journey from London to Lille takes just over an hour, I want to say, and then at Lille you change to a TGV train normally that will take you from Lille Europe to Marne La Vallee, which is Disneyland station. It's a very, very easy route. A lot of people do enjoy taking that. It's normally a little bit more expensive than the route to Paris, so normally I tend to prefer just going to Paris and getting the RER, but the Lille route can be very easy and convenient for a lot of people as well, especially now that we've heard the direct trains to Disneyland Paris are going to be stopping from June of 2023. This could be a nice alternative, so hopefully this video will, somehow show you what it's like and how easy it is, because I understand for a lot of people having to change trains, getting off at a random station, Lille, and getting on a different train might be a little bit stressful, but hopefully in this video I can show you that there's nothing to stress about. It's actually a very, very easy and relaxing journey often, and the changeover time normally is either between 35 minutes or an hour and a half sometimes. Normally I try to go for the ones that have a shorter train waiting time, because obviously I don't want to just waste time in Lille, although they do have nice cafes as well, which I'm going to show you, because today actually I'm going to be at Lille for about an hour. Unfortunately it's a bit of a longer wait today, but either way it's fine. I'm actually currently chilling at the business lounge here in London St Pancras station. Thankfully I can be here because I've got a carte blanche, which is the highest level of Eurostar points that you can get. I've obviously been traveling so many times with them that I've got this card now, which gives me access to the business lounge. You can also come here if you purchase a business ticket, which you can only purchase if you're going to Paris or to Lille actually as well, but you can't get the business Eurostar tickets for the direct trains to Disneyland Paris. They don't exist on those. They only have standard Premier. That's the highest they have. I am rambling anyway. This is a lovely, lovely business lounge, by the way. Check out my video that I did before of what it's like to travel business Premier from London to Paris if you're interested, because as I said, if you want to use this lounge, all you have to do is purchase a business ticket, business Premier, and then you can do this, or you can have a carte blanche. You can just travel so many times with the Eurostar as I have, and then you can have access to it even if you have a regular ticket, which is what I have today. Anyway, it is now slowly but surely time to leave the business lounge and head over to the platform because our train is ready to board. This is the main waiting area at the Eurostar St Pancras train station, but the train we're getting today is the 13011 to Brussels, so it does go all the way to Brussels. However, as you can see, it does have a stop at Lille Europe, which is where we need to get off and change to Marne La Vallee. Just heading up the escalators now to platform 8. Platform 8 is our platform for the day. I am in coach 12, which is all the way on the other side of the platform. Quite a bit of a walk, but hopefully it shouldn't be too busy. It does look quite busy though. I'm actually traveling on a Sunday, and Sunday Eurostar journeys generally tend to be a little bit busier than other days of the week. We are nearly there. This is coach number 11, so the next one should be to number 12. This is my train ticket, as you can see. So 13:01 is the departure time, and it gets to Lille at 15:30, so really not long of a journey at all. This is coach number 12, so let's head in. It has been a while since I've traveled to Disneyland Paris. This is actually my first trip to Disneyland Paris in 2023. Look at that. Number 12, Lille Europe, Brussels. Let's head inside. Hopefully our seat will be quite a nice one.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour, bienvenue à bord de cette Eurostar à destination de Lille Europe et Bruxelles Midi. Veuillez placer vos petits bagages au-dessus de votre siège en laissant les porte-bagages en bout de voiture uniquement pour les articles volumineux. Merci.
So I've been on the train for about an hour now. We've got about half an hour left until we get to Lille. The train overall is quite busy, however I'm very lucky I don't have anyone next to me, so I've used it to put my bag. I normally try my best to check the seats on the Eurostar app or the website up until the very last minute the night before I travel, just to make sure you know, I can change my seats if possible, if needed. If there's, you know, if it's very packed, I try and change it to somewhere or to a carriage that doesn't have as many people in it. Today's train, like I said, overall is packed, but luckily at least no one is sat next to me. But most of the other seats on the train have been taken. But yeah, the journey has been great so far. Like I said, we're an hour into it, got about half an hour left, and then once we get to Lille, I'm going to show you a little bit of the train station. I think I've got about an hour and a bit of a layover, like changing time, so we might even have time to get ourselves a coffee or a sandwich or something. That would be nice. But yeah, I guess I'll speak to you when we get to Lille.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're short to be arriving at Lille Europe. Please make sure that you do not leave any belongings on board. And please take care. Man the gap between the train steps and the platform when they're lighting from the train. Thank you for traveling with Eurostar, and I wish you a very pleasant evening.
We are at Lille officially, Lille Europe. And I just got off the Eurostar. You can see the Eurostar that was on just over here. I've got my suitcase here as well, just a little small one because I'm only staying in Disneyland Paris for a couple of days. And I'm just making my way to the exit to get off the platform. It's very simple. There's escalators and lifts, so it's accessible as well. I'm surprised at how quick that was actually. I think we got to Lille about 5 or so minutes earlier than planned. On my ticket it said that we would be getting here at, I think, 15:31 or something, and we got here at 15:25, which is amazing. Gives me another 5 extra minutes to chill in the station. And there you go, so you can see me coming off the escalators just over here. Again, got my suitcase over here, and then the first thing you'll see if you use the escalators to come up is this little section here. And then once you're here, it's very easy to find the next platform to get on the TGV train to Disneyland Paris. So I just came off those escalators down there, as you saw earlier, and then I came, you know, walked maybe a few steps forward, and I found these boards, and these boards give you all the info you need for all the trains that depart from Lille Europe. And you basically have to look for the one that you need, and you will have a ticket once you book the indirect route from the Eurostar website from London to Disneyland Paris. You will be given a ticket for the TGV train as well. Here is mine over here, my TGV train. It's at 17:03, so in about an hour and a half time, and the train number is 5036, and that's important because there often seems to be more than one train that departs at the same time, so you don't want to get on the wrong train just because it ends up being the same departure time as the one that you need. You need to make sure that the train number is corresponding to the train that you end up going on. And if you look at the board, you'll see that the train we need, the 5036 one, is 4 trains from below. There are 2 trains that depart at the same time, 17:03, but we can, you know, correspond our train number with the one that we need to go on. It goes towards Montpellier, and it says that it's on time, it's à l'heure, so that's good news for sure. And if you look at the top right corner of the board as well, you'll see that it gives you the platform number too, which is platform number 44. Now, of course, the platform might change depending on which train you're getting, which TGV train you're getting, but normally the platform, you know, tends to be quite close to the Eurostar platform that you're on anyway. The platform actually right now, 44, is just here, so I don't even need to go too far to go on my train. I just have about an hour and a bit to wait for it. So there you go, platform 44. This is where we're going to have to come back to in about an hour's time to get on our next train. But whilst we wait, I thought I would show you a little bit of Lille station here, so you can get an idea of what you can do if you have a little transfer or waiting time here, a layover if you like. So I've just walked to the very end of this side of the station, so I can kind of give you an overview of what you can expect here. They do have quite a lot of seating areas, which is obviously very handy if you know, you're a big family, or if you're traveling with friends or a big group of you. You should be able to get enough space. Obviously, it is actually quite quiet today at Lille. The Eurostar was busy, but I think most people were heading to Brussels rather than changing over at Lille. But yeah, as you can see, quite a lot of seating areas, and most of them do actually have, you know, charging areas as well, including USB bits, so that's definitely good. There are some toilets over there, as you can see, which of course is handy. They also have quite a few information stations in the little areas behind me, as you can see, so if you have any problems or questions. For instance, last time I did this route, my original Eurostar from London to Lille was delayed by about 2 hours, which meant that I missed my TGV transfer from here. So when I got here, I had to go and speak to a member of staff. Thankfully, it was all fine. They just put me on a, you know, later train, but I didn't have to pay anything extra. So yeah, you know, for problems like that, or if you just have any questions, you can obviously go to any of the staff members working here, and hopefully they can help you. Now, I've never actually done it, but if you happen to have the energy for it, and if you have quite a long layover, maybe over an hour like I do today, there is actually a Westfield nearby, right opposite the train station, as you can see, and they have a Primark there, they've got a Carrefour, they've got quite a few things. Obviously Westfield, big shopping centre, so yeah, something for you guys to do if you don't want to wait at the actual train station. They do have some vending machines for you as well, if you prefer to get your snacks this way rather than going to a cafe or somewhere. So yeah, some chocolates, Snickers, Nutella stuff. They love Nutella here in France. And you can also get some drinks here actually. Look at that. You can get yourself a coffee from this vending machine. So there you go. I've now walked back to where we were initially. This is where I came off. The Eurostar, this is where I need to be, you know, later on. So that's kind of basically the halfway point actually, where platform 44, 46 and 42 and 45 are. It's kind of the halfway point of Lille Europe's train station, and this is the main information area. It is worth noting that they have lifts on both sides. So there's one lift here and another one on the side that I came out of. So don't worry, if you have mobility issues, if you prefer to take the lift rather than escalators or the stairs, then they do have quite a few lifts. Anyway, let's head to the left this time round to see what's on this side. At the end of this side of the station is where you would go if you want to get the Eurostar back to London. So the Eurostar part of Lille is on the other end. However, on the way there, I mean, there's some other more vending machines here on your left, as you can see, and then they do have a couple of cafes here as well. Let's see what this one has. Oh, they do hamburgers, sell hamburgers, coffee shops. I'm just saying hamburgers because there's literally a sign, a big neon sign that says hamburgers on there. So yeah, that's definitely an option for food if you're in the mood for a burger. It's called Factory & Co. by the looks of it. Apparently it's a New York coffee and diner. That's interesting. Seems quite big as well, with enough dining areas and spaces, some tables outside of Factory & Co too, so hopefully should be able to accommodate you. They also have a little Paul's, which is one of my favorite places to get a croissant from, and I might get myself a coffee and a croissant actually from here. Before I go to Paul's though, I wanted to show you some of the more seating areas they've got going on here. It's very similar to the other side of the train station, so you can see quite a lot of seats, and if you head that way, continue going that way, you will be getting to the Eurostar part of Lille. If you would like to see a video of what it's like to travel from Marne La Vallee Chessy station, which is the Disneyland station, back to London using the Lille kind of indirect route, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I will film that as well on the way back. That's very similar to what we did now, but some of you might find it helpful to see that journey as well, and exactly where you need to change and where you need to go for the Eurostar once you do get to Lille from Marne La Vallee. I'm just standing here looking at this advertisement they've got going on for Factory & Co, and I don't know, part of me just really wants a burger now. I was thinking about getting myself a sandwich or a croissant from Paul's. That's what I normally do, just a coffee, but I don't know, these videos are kind of selling it to me. Before I make my mind up though about whether or not I go here or to Paul's, I did want to also show you here, they do have a waiting room area actually right next to the Factory & Co restaurant, so salle d'attente in French. It does look quite busy, but if you don't want to be waiting outside, if it's, you know, it's a bit cold for you, in there I have waited in there a number of times, and it's obviously a little bit nicer and warmer. It does have some plugs as well if you want to charge your phone or something, and generally it's also a little bit quieter in there, as you can imagine, because it's like an enclosed area. Also, I wanted to show you the bins here. The bins, they're very big on environmental issues here in France, so as you can see, of course, they recycle, so that's a good thing. I'm still debating whether I want to go to Paul's or to the burger place, but whilst I do that, I wanted to show you how you actually leave the station as well. So there are some escalators over there, so if you don't want to wait in the station and want to, I don't know, maybe go to Westfield, just hang out a little bit outside of this train station, then you would take those escalators up and you'll be out of this train station. And actually, whilst we're at it, let me show you some of the other things they've got going on here as well, some of the other shops. They do have a L'Occitane, so if you're into your L'Occitane I guess wash stuff, then this would be a cool place to go. They have loads of perfumes, some books, so it's more or less like a traditional, I guess, travel station shop where you can buy all your essentials as well as some L'Occitane things, so that's nice. And then if we keep going forwards, they have a Relais as well. The Relais is basically like a supermarket here in France, very, very common, very popular. There is actually one at Marne La Vallee train station too. They have sandwiches, again, books, waters, drinks, etc. It looks to be attached actually to that L'Occitane entrance over there, so yeah, that's nice. You can also just grab yourself a sandwich or a drink or some crisps instead of going to an actual restaurant or a coffee place. And it looks like they've actually got a meal deal here. For €4.90 you can get yourself a sandwich, boisson, a drink, and if you want to get a dessert or a crisp, you need to either add €1 or €2. I'm more of a crisp person. I'd rather get myself a crisp than a dessert, but overall not a bad price, and more than likely significantly cheaper than if you were to go to that burger place or even Paul's. I mean, Paul's isn't too bad in terms of the price, but the burger place, who knows? I think I am going to go to the burger place though, just because I'm really curious. I don't know, I really fancy a burger. Before I head back to the burger place though, I'm just kind of continuing on this direction to the other side of the Lille train station, because I wanted to give you a quick glimpse of where the Eurostar part of the Lille Europe train station is. I'm not going to give more details, just kind of a little glance. So you can see all the way back there, you can kind of see the British flag somewhere as well. That's where you would need to go on the way back to London. And in terms of restaurants and cafes, there is another pole actually right next to the Eurostar bit, and again they have lifts and escalators to bring you up the platform, so we're going to deal with that on the way back. They do have a bank exchange here as well, currency exchange. So yeah, that's the very other end of the train station. That's where you would need to go later on once you're traveling back to the UK with the Eurostar, but I am going to head back to the middle bit of the station and get myself either a burger or a Paul's. I actually still don't know, guys. I know, I'm very indecisive today. I'm back at the burger place, Factory & Co as it's officially called, and I thought I'd have a look at some of the prices and the menu here as well. So cheeseburger, if you get it as a menu, is $17.20 on its own, so seul is $10.20, which isn't too bad. And they've got, I think, another one as well, a golden one, southwestern one, Magic Mush Melty Jack, smoky chicken, that looks good, $10.90. So I think, yeah, the prices all seem to be similar for no matter what you get. Philly cheesesteaks they've got, that, oh, fondue, fromage fondue. They have quite a lot of good kind of American style food items by the looks of it. I mean, it is called Factory & Co, and it seems to be a New York restaurant from what we read earlier. They also do breakfast, it seems, smoothies, milkshake, coffee shop. I think this might be our lunch spot. Right, let's head in. It looks to be not too busy actually. I feel like it was a little bit busier early on. Oh, that's very handy. A lot of the seating areas seem to have chargers as well, so you can charge your phone if you need to as you're eating lovely delicious food, hopefully. Oh, look at all these muffins as well. That chocolate chip one looks phenomenal. It's €3.70 for that one. They've got loads of cakes, loads of pastries. Look at that. They do love their Nutella here.
Le cheeseburger?
Oui, avec des frites.
La cuisson?
Medium.
La boisson?
Une bouteille d'eau.
Oui. Pour le dessert, ça fait le
Oui, je vais avoir le muffin Kinder, c'est possible?
Kinder?
Oui, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Okay, well, I got myself a cheeseburger. I decided to go for the menu option, which I think was around €17. There you go, so you can see it here. Menu burger, cheeseburger classic, €17.20. You get a cheeseburger. With it, you can get a side. I decided to go for some French fries, a drink, a soft drink. I decided to go for my trusty Evian water, which I absolutely love, the best water in the world. And then you also get dessert, which threw me off a little bit, but then I noticed that they've got these phenomenal looking Kinder muffins. I mean, you saw the muffins earlier that I showed you, and they all looked amazing, but this one in particular, I'm a huge fan of Kinder chocolate, and I don't think I've ever had a Kinder muffin, so I'm really curious about it. It's probably just going to be a regular muffin, to be fair. They might have some Kinder bits inside, who knows, but there's definitely a Kinder chocolate on the top of it, so I'm looking forward to trying that at the end of my meal. It feels very nice and soft. The French know how to make lovely desserts, so excited about that. And of course, you also get given a buzzer, so basically I'm in my seat now, and once this buzzes, I can go and get my food, my hot food. Also, the best thing about all this is that I can charge my phone, so this makes me very happy. My phone, for some reason, they've just got a very weak battery. I need to upgrade my phone soon, hopefully. But yeah, the fact that I can charge it and hopefully eat a lovely meal as well, I already feel like I'm winning at life, and I very rarely say that expression, winning at life. But I do kind of feel like I made the right choice between this and Paul's. Paul's we have in the UK as well, whereas this, I've never eaten in Factory & Co before. Let me know in the comments down below if you have. They might have other branches, and there clearly probably is one in the US, in New York probably, but I don't think there is one in the UK, but I might be wrong. Let me know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's called Factory & Co, New York Coffee and Diner. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the burger. I love trying burgers, and I'm looking forward to just sitting down and chilling for the next 45 minutes. And just like that, I am back with my burger. I probably had to only wait about maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes. They also were kind enough to give me quite a lot of mayos. As you can see, they asked me which sauces I wanted. I was like mayonnaise, and the lovely staff member was like, just mayonnaise? I was like, yes, just mayonnaise. Is it possible that I have more than one? And she was like, absolutely. And the burger, honestly, At first glance, it looks amazing. The meat looks nice and juicy, kind of as we saw in the advertisement that kind of brought me in earlier outside of the restaurant. Some, what do you call these fries? Crinkety fries? I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to dipping the fries in my mayo. Yeah, nice size burger. The bun looks nice as well. Of course, I've got my dessert going on too. So yeah, bon appetit. I'm gonna give this a try in a second. Let's hand sanitize my hands first, obviously. But yeah, the burger, they actually did ask me how I wanted my burger to be cooked. I normally tend to go for medium, but you can have it, you know, however you want. Medium rare, or even well done if you wish to. Although generally speaking, in France, well done is not something that they enjoy cooking. You know, I think meat in France is meant to be medium at the highest. So yeah, the burger, medium, hopefully is going to be exactly where I like it cooked. It comes with some lettuce, tomatoes. I think there's some onions in there. Yeah, some onions, as well as pickles or gherkins. Not the biggest fan of gherkins, but who cares? I'm going to give this a taste test. Wow, that hit the spot. That definitely hit the spot. This is my first kind of hot food of the day, and it's like currently about 4 p.m. so I was quite hungry. The meat is nice and juicy. The sauce that they've used for this is delicious. Overall, I'm really enjoying the feel of the burger, and the bun especially is lovely too. As for the fries, I have to say personally I'm not the biggest fan of fries that look like this. I don't even know what they're called. I prefer the smooth ones or curly fries. They're probably my favorite, but they're actually pretty good. The fries are pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my burger and chips, and I'll next speak to you once it's time for my dessert. Okay, well, I basically demolished that burger and chips. It was really nice, really enjoyed that. And now, of course, it's time for this beautiful looking Kinder Muffin as dessert. Okay, this is way too big, so I highly doubt I'm going to be able to finish the whole thing. I'm probably going to take the majority of it for later when I get to Disneyland in my hotel, but I'm going to take a few bites anyway. That is good. The muffin itself is really nice and soft. The Kinder on top, I was hoping that it would be a bit more melted. It's not very melted at all, to be fair, but it might be because of the weather. The actual muffin itself is nice, and you can see some of the Kinder chocolate has gone inside it as well, so yeah, nice snack. Well, I have just left Factory & Co. here at Lille Europe train station in France. The food was good. I think I preferred, weirdly, my muffin to the burger. The burger was delicious, I enjoyed it, but the muffin was a bit more unique, and the fries were okay. But the muffin, like I said, I'm a big fan of Kinder, and it was just really nicely done. It was so soft, and they did actually have some Kinder bits inside the muffin too, so I ended up actually eating the whole thing. And now I'm very, very full, but yeah, I would recommend this place. I'm glad that I discovered this. Because of this vlog, actually, I probably wouldn't have gone here had I not vlogged this journey today. Normally, I feel like Paul would probably be my go-to place because it's quicker, and quite often I try to get the kind of Lille transfer train that only has a 30-minute layover in Lille, and with 30 minutes I don't think, you know, it's worth necessarily going and sitting down there, although you still can because the service was very quick. But to be honest, I don't normally feel like I want a big meal when I'm at this train station anyway, because normally I like to wait for my meals once I get to Disneyland Paris. They have loads of snacks and food and items there that I like trying, but it is a nice option. And they didn't just have burgers, as you saw the menu. The prices were also, I think, quite decent. So yeah, if you fancy a burger, a chicken burger, or a chili cheesesteak. There was somebody next to me who was having a salad. I actually also noticed that everyone that was in that restaurant, at least when I was in there, was French. So I feel like that's normally a good sign, because it means that actual French local people tend to enjoy the place. And I did Google it as well. In the restaurant, I thought it was like a New York restaurant, you know, just because it says New York, but it's just New York food. Or I think it was inspired by New York diners, but the actual chain, the restaurant, originated in France, from my understanding anyway. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I gather, it originated in France, and they have quite a lot of places, chains around France. I think there might even be one close to Disneyland Paris from what I googled. So yeah, if you fancy trying yourself a Factory & Co. burger or something else, there you go. But with that being said, we've got about 20 minutes now until our train, so I'm gonna make my way back to platform 44 to get on the TGV train off to Disneyland Paris. Interesting, so it looks like our platform number is actually 43. Hopefully you can see anyway. So it's platform number 43 for the train that we need at 17:03. I feel like what we saw earlier with the 44 was probably not actually correct, because it was way too early for them to have a platform. So now we do indeed have a platform. 43 is luckily right next to 44. So yeah, you can't really see it because of the sun, but there you go. That's platform number 43. They do have stairs, they do have escalators. There you go, that's an escalator over there, and they do have a lift. And just like that, we are on the platform number 43. We've still got about 10-15 minutes until the train arrives. They do have boards here as well, as they do with most platforms and train stations around the world, so you can check just to make sure, if you want to make sure, like double sure, that you're going the right place. This one's the one that we need, is the train that we need, and you can actually see the stop that we need as well, Marne La Vallee Chessy. That's the second stop down, so I think this TGV train stops at the airport first, Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG, and then the next stop should be, hopefully, Disneyland Paris stop. So not long at all. I think it's probably going to take about an hour. So yeah, now it's just waiting for the train to come, and I do have a carriage as well. Let me actually check, because I don't know which carriage I'm in. But the thing with TGV trains is that, unlike Eurostars, sometimes people might sit in your seats. I mean, to be fair, that happens to me with Eurostars as well quite often, but it's not quite as strict as Eurostar, so you might find that, you know, you might have a reservation on your phone, but you actually get there and somebody else is there, and it's fine. If you find a seat that's empty and, you know, it's not reserved, then you can sit there. But my coach is meant to be coach number 1545, so hopefully, I don't know if you know where I am. I think I'm at the end of it, so I might have to go a bit more to the middle. Hopefully it should be fine.
Notre terminus arrivé prévu à 22h02. Dans le cadre du plan Vigipirate, je vous rappelle que l'étiquetage de vos bagages est obligatoire afin qu'ils ne soient considérés comme des colis abandonnés. Pour la sécurité de tous, vos bagages doivent être rangés dans les emplacements prévus à cet effet. Nous avons des tickets de bagages, n'hésitez pas à nous les demander.
Merci. Bonjour. Merci. Well, I've been on this TGV train for about 20 minutes now. Thankfully no delays or anything, so it departed at exactly the time that it was meant to, 17:03. The carriage that I'm in is okay in terms of business. Again, thankfully my seat next to me is empty, which is nice, and I do have a window seat as well. They didn't check my ticket on the way into the train, but that can often happen. Don't get excited, don't get angry and think, oh, why did I buy a ticket, nobody's checking anyway. Don't worry, they will be checking it. Sometimes, if it's not too busy, they might not check it before you board the train, and they will then come and check it throughout the journey. So they just came and checked it now, actually, about 5 minutes ago. A lovely staff member came and went through every single seat and had a look at the tickets, scanned it, and that's it. So please don't try and be cheeky and skip buying a ticket, because you will get checked, whether it's actually at the train station at Lille Europe or on the train. But yeah, that is it. Got another 40 minutes or so to wait now. Like I said, there's only one stop between Lille and Marne La Vallee Chessy, which is where Disneyland is. So that's the airport, CDG airport. Some more people might come and get on the train when we get to the airport. Some people might get off the train. So that's what I meant about not worrying too much, I guess, about your seat numbers, and the fact that a lot of people also don't worry too much about it. I would prefer it if they did. I would prefer to just have a seat and know that I can go and sit there and nobody's going to be in my seat. But from my experience, quite often people just don't seem to care, and it is because obviously it stops at different locations, and some people just sit wherever they want because they might only be needing the train for one stop, kind of thing. So be a bit more chill about it. I understand that if you're traveling with a family, it might be a bit more stressful because you might want to make sure you all have your space. In that case, if you end up coming on the train and somebody's in your seat, just ask them to leave and go to their actual seat. As long as you have a seat number on your ticket, all should be okay. I do also want to take this opportunity to show you how nice and comfortable the seats are here on the TGV trains. Just generally, the trains are nice and modern, nice and comfortable. You do also have somewhere to charge your phone. It's not a USB one, it's a European one, so as long as you've got an adapter, you can definitely charge your phone as well. And it's just lovely views of France as you go past. And there we have it. We are officially at Marne La Vallee Chessy station. What's this announcement? Anyway, it is Marne La Vallee. You can see the sign over here. The time is currently about 9 minutes past 6 p.m. So very much on time, which is exciting. And yeah, that's basically the last bit of the journey, to be honest. I am still going to show you how to get out of the station and what you see when you first get out of Marne La Vallee. But if you have done the direct Eurostar journey, it's the exact same experience once you go up the platform. This was the TGV train that we just got off of. And yeah, you just keep going and there'll be escalators again that will take us up. And here we are. These are the escalators that are going to take us up. I am smiling if you can't probably tell by my voice because I'm not showing you my face at the moment, but I just spoke to a lovely staff member. He was so nice. It's been a long time since I've gone anywhere, even just outside of my house, because of what's happened. If you haven't checked out my video from 22 things that in 2022, I kind of explained in that video what happened. But basically the beginning of January, my mom was in a terrible accident, you know, surgery, broken bones, and a very long hospital stay as well. So this is a big deal to me, being back in Disneyland Paris, and it's just nice. Whenever I see people like smiling at them, so I just smile at that, you know, staff member downstairs, the train staff member, and we had a nice little conversation in French. And here we are. This is basically it. We're at Marne La Vallee train station. If we go out that way, we are going to go to Disney Village. And that's exactly what we're going to do. It looks to be quite busy actually, the station. It's probably because there is a Eurostar, the direct Eurostar from this station, Marne La Vallee, to London is happening around this time. I don't like taking the direct train at all, to be honest. I'll explain it all in a separate video, but look at that. We've got Panorama Magique, the balloon, right there in front of us as soon as we come out of the train station. I love how convenient it is to get the Eurostar. It is by far my preferred way of traveling to Disneyland Paris from the UK. Here's another look at the station for you. That's literally where we came out of. And then if we head right, we'll get to Disney Village. You can already see the cinema there, World of Disney right there in front of us. Got Planet Hollywood, which is no longer with us. And if you want the buses to go to your hotels, whether it's a Disney hotel or partner hotel, then this is where you need to come to catch them. I am going to end this vlog here though, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. A lot of you have been requesting me to do a video showing you the Lille route, especially because, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the direct route with the Eurostar from London to Disneyland Paris is unfortunately coming to an end in June of 2023. So you still have a few months to use a direct route if you prefer that. I've never been the biggest fan of the direct route anyway, personally, just because I find it to be too expensive, not very flexible, and on the way back especially, I just find it too chaotic. So normally I tend to take the route through Paris. Actually, Paris is my preferred way. It's the cheapest, it's the most flexible, and I just enjoy, you know, having a bit more flexibility going to Paris first and then making my way from Paris myself whenever I want to, without having to worry about catching another train. Whereas with Lille, you kind of have to worry about the next train, because there is a TGV that you normally would have to book in advance. You don't have to, but it's best to book in advance. If you go to Paris, you don't have to book the RER in advance, and I do actually have a video of the route to Paris, you know, basically from the UK to Paris with the Eurostar, and then from Paris with the RER, which is the underground here in France, to Disneyland Paris. So if you want to check that out as well, leave the link down below. But thank you so much. I am in Disneyland Paris, and there'll be so many vlogs coming your way very soon, so make sure you subscribe and let me in the comments down below what your favorite method is to travel to Disneyland Paris from the UK. I would love to know. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.